Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kelly. I am a physical therapist and a certified lymphedema therapist. I also specialize in oncology and women's health. In today's video, I'm going to go through a full lymphatic drainage massage routine for the right arm. Lymphatic drainage is used to help move lymphatic fluid through the lymphatic vessels, through the lymphatic nodes, and out of an area that can be congested, such as for lymphedema or other swelling. This is a routine that someone can do daily, and in this video, someone can follow along with step by step. Just make sure that you check with your doctor before you start for any clearance for safety issues. If someone is looking for lymphatic drainage to a different part of the body rather than the right arm, be sure to check out the rest of my channel as I have made videos for just about every part of the body. And be sure to also follow along with us on Instagram for other exercises and educational information. So the first thing that we want to do is stimulate the lymph nodes throughout the body. So you have a lot of lymph nodes deep in your abdomen, and you have a lot of lymph nodes in your head and neck area. So we're going to start with the abdomen. Think of your abdomen in 4 quadrants, and we're going to start in one upper quadrant. Gently press your hand into your abdomen. You're going to take a nice big breath, expanding your breath into your hand, but keeping that resistance on. So big breath in and out. Then move to another area, big breath in and out. And the third, breath in and out. And one more, breath in and out. Good. After we've stimulated the lymph nodes in the abdomen, we're going to stimulate the lymph nodes in the head and neck area. So you have lymph nodes that sit right around your collarbone or your clavicle, and then also below your ears on the side of the neck. So we're going to place our full hand flat around the collarbone and the base of the neck, and we're going to do large circles gently in this area. You don't have to press hard. The lymph nodes are close to under the skin. We're going to do about 8 to 10 circles in this area. And after we've done that, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So flat on this area with your hand, and then gentle circles. You can do both sides at the same time if you prefer that as well. After we've stimulated the lymph nodes around the collarbone, we're going to stimulate the lymph nodes on the side. So I like to spread the fingers, put my fingers on either side of my ear, but hand flat, and do nice large circles around this area. 8 to 10 of those. And then we're going to repeat on the same thing on the other side. So after we've stimulated the lymph nodes in the abdomen and the head and neck, we're going to stimulate the lymph nodes that sit in the armpits and in the groins. So if this area is backed up, and again I have a band here on my right arm so you can know where I'm working, this arm is the one that is congested. So we want to stimulate the opposite lymph nodes in the armpit and the groin, because the fluid is going to get backed up in this region because these lymph nodes may be compromised, such as for surgery. So we want to move the fluid over to the healthy lymph nodes. So put the hand flat in the left armpit. We're going to just gently do large circles to stimulate those lymph nodes. We're going to do about 8 to 10 circles in this area as well. After we've done the left armpit, we're going to move to the right groin. And so about where your sitting crease is, we're going to put the hand flat on this area, and we're going to do circles there. You don't have to press very hard, and this can be done sitting up or laying down. After we've stimulated these lymph nodes, we're going to go back to the right side and stimulate these lymph nodes. Okay, so hand flat in the armpit and doing 8 to 10 there. These lymph nodes tend to be compromised, which is one of the main reasons why someone gets lymphedema, because lymph nodes have been removed. So we want to just help the ones that are left and stimulate them. So after we've done 8 to 10 circles, what we want to do is clear this area first. all the fluid in the arm may get backed up because this area can be clogged. So we want to clear it out first. So we're going to move fluid from the right armpit to the left armpit. So hand flat across the chest, ideally directly on the skin. And you're going to work the fluid across the chest. You can either push, or some people prefer to pull. About 5 to 8 times, guiding that fluid across. If someone has a lot more fluid in this area, they can spend more time. After we've gone from the right armpit to the left armpit, we're gonna go from the right armpit to the right groin. So we wanna work on the side of the body and not necessarily in the front, but on the sides. That's where the fluid will run from the right armpit down towards the groin. Again, directly on the skin if able. About 5 to 8 times. The fluid can cross what we call an anastomosis, which is the body's made into 4 quadrants, and most of the fluid in this upper right quadrant have to go through the right lymph nodes in the armpit, but some of this fluid can cross borders and move to other areas, and that's what we call anastomosis, and that's what we're trying to take advantage of. So after we've worked it down and we've cleared this area, we're gonna go to the arm now. So I like to break the arm down into sections or quadrants, so shoulder, upper arm, we'll stop at the elbow as well, lower arm, and hand and fingers together. So we want to start at the top. If we start at the bottom and start to massage upwards, if this area is all clogged and backed up, this fluid's just not going to go anywhere. So we want to start at the top to clear this area, work our way down so it's all cleared, and then we'll push the fluid back up. So starting in the shoulder, we're going to work up and over the shoulder, trying to guide the fluid up and out of the arm. We also want to make sure that we try to get the back of the shoulder. I should also say that if someone has assistance, we can also work across the back from the right armpit to the left, but on the back as well. But if someone is by themselves following, likely we're not going to be able to do that. So after we've worked the shoulder area, you can work underneath as well. Then we're going to go to the upper arm. So I like to break the arm into 4 sides, so front, inside, outside, and back. And for each side, we're going to do about 5 to 8 strokes, working that fluid up and out. This can be done with the arm above the heart for gravity assistance, so laying down or resting up on something. But so you can see, I'm going to leave it down. Again, about 5 times working up. You don't have to press hard, but you're thinking about doing a little bit of a skin stretch to guide some of that fluid up and out. So after we've done the front, I'm going to work to the outside. And it does not matter which one you go with first or which area you go to second. Just want to make sure that we get all sides. After I've done the outside, I'm going to work on the inside. About 5 to 8 times. If someone has more fluid in an area, which tends to be the back of the arm because gravity likes to pull it there, you can spend more time there. Someone can spend a couple minutes there if they'd like. But for the sequencing, 5 to 8. And then I'm going to work on the back. So bring my arm up, with gravity help, and guide the fluid from the elbow towards the armpit. After we've done the upper arm, then we're going to go and stop at the elbow area. And so the elbow is pretty bony. Fluid likes to sit into the crevices around the joint. And so I'm going to spend a little more time with my fingers working around the bones, trying to kind of get into those crevices to get the fluid moving. I'm also going to stop in the front of the elbow, so where the crease is there. You have lymph nodes in this area as well, just a few. So we're going to do circles there to stimulate these lymph nodes. And after we've done that, we're going to work towards the lower arm. So same thing as the upper, thinking into 4 sections. So I'm going to start with the front and guide it up towards the elbow from the wrist and up. About 5 times, more as needed. Now, if someone has that thickened, what we call fibrosis, or that fibrotic tissue, so the muscle feels thicker, the tissue feels thicker, I may spend more time there working a little bit deeper. And so I think of just gently kneading dough that I'll grab the tissue and roll with it. You don't have to press hard, you don't want to pinch hard, just still soft. But this will help soften that firmer tissue, which can clog the pathways even further, back up the fluid even further. So I'll spend a couple minutes on that area, grabbing the tissue and really rolling. So grab and roll, or just thinking about playing with dough. And after we've spent a couple minutes, then I'll make sure that I'll go back and finish with the lymphatic drainage to that area. After that side, I'm going to go to the back. Kind of 5 to 8 times. And then I'm going to finish on the inside. After we've done this lower part of the arm, we're ready to move on to the wrist, the back of the hand, and the fingers. So I might stop at the wrist, just do a little bit of work around there. And then I'm going to work on the back of the hand. So hand flat on the back of the hand and working that fluid out. Now when I get to the back of the hand, we have a lot of tendons in this area. And again, more crevices for this fluid to sit. And so I do like to use my fingertips for this part and just work in between the tendons with my finger, kind of guiding that fluid out of those areas. Same thing around the thumb, this area around the thumb. Let's see if I can do it this way. Guiding that fluid out. And then from there, we are going to work into each finger individually. So usually just wrap around the finger, guide the fluid out. There are lymphatic vessels on the sides of the finger, so make sure that you work on the sides of the finger. Each finger done. If someone doesn't have fluid in the hand or the fingers, they can just do all of them together. But if someone does, then we recommend doing each one separately. And as much as needed. And then the little one. Good, and now that we've worked our way all the way down the arm, we're gonna go in reverse pattern, working our way back up. So we've cleared the whole area, and now we're gonna move the rest of the fluid back up and out. And so I might finish with the fingers just a little bit, but then I'm gonna work back to the back of the hand. And then into the wrist. After the hand and the wrist, fingers, I'm going to work my way back to the lower arm, still thinking into those 4 sections. Then I'm going to work on the outside here. And then I'm going to work to the next section. And then I got one more. Guide this fluid out and up the arm. And after we've worked the lower arm, then we're going to go back up. I am going to stop around the elbow again, just to make sure. I'll stop in the front. And I'll also stop in the back, really working around those bones again. And then we're going to work back to the upper arm, so thinking into 4. About 5 times on each area. And then I'm going to work on the back. Working from the elbow all the way to the armpit. And then after I've done the upper arm as much as we need to, making sure we're getting all the areas, I'm gonna go back to the shoulder, making sure that we get up and around, wrap it around. And then we want to make sure that we get the back of the shoulder as well. And I know this can be an area that is difficult to reach, so then if you have assistance, that's great. I know that's not always realistic, and then we do the best we can. And then after the shoulder, we've moved all this fluid up and out, trying to get through these lymph nodes, but we don't want it to sit around here because all the fluid in the chest still goes to the lymph nodes. We're gonna try to guide it again to the left armpit or the right groin to get some of the fluid moving to the other areas. So I'm gonna start at the top, working across, again, from the right armpit to the left armpit. Either way, about 5 to 8 times or more as you'd like. And then I'm also gonna go back and do the side from the right armpit to the right groin. So on the side of the body and working down. If you're able to reach, or if someone's able to help, this area underneath the armpit, kind of in the back, also likes to hold a lot of fluid. And so we want to make sure that we're getting back there as well if we can reach. Working down towards the groin. After we've worked down the side as much as we can, then we're going to go back to the abdomen and finish with belly breath. So think of the same 4 quadrants, placing the hand on the belly, gently press in, take that deep breath into your hand and out. Next section, breath in and out. Third section, breath in and out. Last one, breath in and out. And there we go. Again, manual lymphatic drainage can be done daily, and if someone is looking for another area of the body to follow along with, again, be sure to check out the rest of my channel. I hope you all found this video helpful, and I'll see you all next week for another video. Thanks, everyone.